comfortable in the draft, and can any of that transfer here?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we've had a pretty good handle on speedways for a few years, just don't really have the results to show for it. So, yeah, I mean, we've been up front a lot. So hopefully we'll put ourselves in position again this weekend and have things work out a little bit better.
With you and Tyler Reddick kind of center stage in this for now, at least promotionally, right? I asked him, I said, could you imagine when you kids were racing go-karts that you would be here one day, be at the top of the sport? He said, I always thought Kyle would be, me not so much. What did you see in Tyler Reddick?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, I did grow up with him. You know, I think I probably first knew of him. I started racing when I was 7. I think he came in, like, right after me, so I was probably 8, and I think he's just a couple years younger than me. And, yeah, I mean, him and I were both, like, super tiny kids, as we still are. And yeah, just winning a lot, you know, racing together a lot, traveling down the road together as families and all that. So I don't know if I don't know if I thought about making it to the Cup Series back then, but I think, you know, like as we got a little bit older and he moved from California at a young age and was running well, you know, I thought that, you know, our paths would hopefully meet again someday and yeah, get to showcase kind of where we grew up or how we grew up racing together. So yeah, it's pretty neat now looking at it, you know, Tyler and I, you're being separated by a point in the regular season and you know, just basically being, you know, from the same background, you know, growing up at Cycleland Speedway, racing outlaw carts. So I think it says a lot about California grassroots racing, and you know, hopefully him and I can make it to the Final Four.
What the NASCAR Drive University program's kind of hitting its 20-year anniversary? You've been through that program. What do you think about the program, what kind of experiences, and what it's done to help us out?
Yeah, I think it's great for sure. I think it's evolved a lot. Gosh, it's been 12 years or so, 12 or 13 years since I've been in it. So, yeah, I think it's grown exponentially since then, and now you see them, you know, in the, you know, truck series and whatnot, and with great equipment, you know, spread across everything that they do. And I don't really know like the behind the scenes of how it's evolved since I did it, but back when I was doing it, it was great for me because it was my introduction to stock car racing and really a bigger stage of media training and trying to get me to work out back then and stuff like that I, you know, never really did. And still, even when I was at Rev racing with the diversity program, I was racing. That was my busiest year racing. I ran like 120 something races that year, so I didn't get to fully experience it like everybody else did. But regardless, it's a great way for drivers who might not get an opportunity to get an opportunity to showcase what they got.
Is there anything with the program you'd like to see that could be improved or anything? Or I don't know how much you're familiar with the rules.
I don't have an opinion on that because, like I said, I haven't been involved in it in a long time, and you know, from what I've seen, you know, they've grown. So I don't know how much more they need to do to grow. So I don't have an answer.
Kyle, how much are you expecting this track to be worn out since the last time you guys raced?
None.
Really?
Not much. I mean, no, it's newly repaved, so it doesn't. It takes tracks decades to see a change, really, a noticeable change.
Kyle, heading into this weekend's race, you have a lot of playoff points with first race of the playoff. What's your strategy going in? Do you play it safe, or do you go up front and be aggressive in this race in Atlanta?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you can race with anything on your mind at a place like this. Because I think a lot of times if you're trying to race hard and be up front, you get caught up in the wrecks. So, no, I mean, it's a good thing that we have points, but they could vanish quickly and whatnot. But yeah, like I said, we've been fast here. We just haven't finished well. So, you know, just continue to try and execute, and hopefully, you know, points will take care of themselves.
Qualifying stuff right now, so we know it's not going to be very good. But with that being said, we should race really good tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. These races are always hair-raising because you don't know how it's going to go, and there's going to be a lot of wrecks. So hopefully you can get through them.
How about working your way up from the back? Is that's something you enjoy? Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's doable. And these races, there's so much strategy that goes into it. Tires don't really matter, so it's easy to take fuel only, stay out even. So track position will flip a lot, and so we'll be able to get to the front.
in the past, I know kind of your gripe was like people overlooking you in the playoffs and stuff like that. This year, I feel like a lot of people are picking you to win the championship. Does that feel good that you're finally kind of getting your due?
I mean, it's cool that other people, think that we're fast and competitive, and so I mean, I feel the same way. I think our strength over the year, especially on the short track stuff, has been noteworthy for sure. And I think if we make it to Phoenix, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Just kind of working on a feature here, but how do you mentally prepare for races? Do you guys go through
You had the one win at Gateway this year to get you in, but how bullish do you maybe being able to go on a playoff run, maybe surprising you?
Yeah, I think regardless of your race team and your strengths and weaknesses, the first 2 rounds of the playoffs in my mind are about not having mistakes, having issues. I mean, there's so many teams that are so close in points that mistakes are going to do a lot more of a difference for you than being not extremely aggressive, but trying to make something happen. Otherwise, I view the round of 8 the same for every race team as well. It doesn't matter how good you are. I think if you got to find a way in championship 4, you got to find another gear. So I think speedways have been really great for our company, really great for our cars. I feel like it's a strength of mine. And I feel like road courses, I feel like we could easily have a solid run at Watkins and the Roval. And I think we have just as good a shot as any to keep advancing through.
Last time you were here, you had that highlight reel, 4 wide pass for the race lead. Did you bring the same car back, and how do you feel like you've gotten a handle on New Atlanta in the past couple of years we've been racing here?
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit of an evolution here with the way the racing is and how to, I guess, make positions, keep track position, normal speedway stuff, but in just a much smaller environment. A lot of similarities in the car. I don't know if it's the same exact chassis, but it's bright yellow and has a number 2 on it, and I'm driving it, so it's about as close as it could be to trying to do the same.
Going back to Joey's win here last year.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Steven Stump of Frontstretch.com here. Come back for more great racing videos, and if you like us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.